Step in the box, sports cards fans. Welcome to another episode of Batter Up. John, what's happening, dude?
Hey, doing well, man. Happy Thursday. Happy NFL kickoff night. I was upstairs just a bit ago watching the first quarter of that game. I tell you, other than the interception that I don't think was Josh Allen's fault, that guy looks like he's going to be pretty special this year. I think he's going to be a contender for MVP. We'll see if that team stays healthy, but man, he looked really solid. He was 10 for 10 right out of the box. Looked amazing. Bills looked amazing. It's a long game, a long season, 17 games now, but definitely be fun to see how that plays out. So, yeah, welcome everybody. We missed this show last week. Brett had some stuff going on and I had some stuff going on, and so we figured we'd skip a week, but we're back at it. We got some fun things planned. We got some fun things we're talking about. I'm gonna try and do a better job this week for those who are in the box or in the batter box with us. Try and make sure I show your comments. I think I've done a very poor job of that recently. We've got copious pages of notes that'll keep you guys entertained for at least the next 40 minutes. And we're going to open up either or one or both. Since it's the first night of NFL, we thought about maybe doing a Prism Blaster, doing another box battle, see who wins tonight. And maybe a Bowman Mega. I don't know. So maybe we'll leave it to user's choice. So the viewers are going to vote on this or something, and just kind of most comments that we see come in. When we get to it, we'll pick that box. If we do well, we'll open the other one as well. So,
Couple comments coming in there, John.
Yep. Do we like baseball? Yeah, we like baseball.
It's our number one thing.
On a baseball channel here, Brett. For you, although I think you've been opening a lot of football lately.
Yeah,
baseball products have not hit the market.
I know. I was talking to Brad at Underground the other night, and this year for sports cards has been so annoying for me as a collector because, you know, since Bowman, which was out in May, basically, there hasn't been a lot of baseball out. Series 2 obviously came out, and since then, it's been the dead zone. Usually there's Topps Chrome. Chrome's coming out. Who knows when?
They said they moved it up. Actually, that was one of the topics I want to touch on. I heard that it's coming out on the 16th. I don't know if that's true or not, but that'll be next Friday, right?
Yep.
So be on the lookout for that. It might hit hobby shops by next Friday. I'm going to guess it's probably $300 a box for a regular, and
it's
$500 for a jumbo, $600. It's crazy. We should see the checklist tomorrow. So I will be very much interested in to see how that works out. If I've been dogging the product because the prices are going to be insane, and that's a big deterrent. If you're don't have deep pockets and don't want to buy into a lot of breaks, you just want to open some to have fun, maybe hunt down a couple good rookies. If the checklist is loaded, and it could be, and Julio's in there, and Witt's in there, and Torque's in there, and Wander's in there, and Spencer Strider, I know he'll be in there. The list goes on and on of O'Neal Cruz, players that have sort of emerged that are good this year. If all of them are in the checklist, the base checklist, and I know they'll be in autos, but if they're in the base checklist, I might actually go out and buy some. How about you?
I'll probably go buy a box and open it. That's why I bought a couple. You did too. A couple of the boxes of Topps Fire for $80 on Target. I mean, it has all the guys in it and the autos too.
They're sticker autos. I think there might be a chance at some on card. I did see some on card last year. Most of them are stickers, but the checklist is very strong. Not an overly diluted checklist. And I definitely looking forward to getting those boxes. I want to see some ripped first to know what they look like. You know, if they come out and they're pretty cool looking cards like they always kind of are, it's a lower end set. You're not going to grade a lot of those cards, but this is such a special rookie class. Like, even go back a couple years when Tatis was a rookie and his Topps Fire card was out. It was a popular card. I think it even fetched a decent amount. Now, all that's changed when the market kind of crashed and corrected, but I'd be interested to see whether the boxes look, decent or not for $80. I was happy to see them on Target. I thought they were only going to be on Topps.com. I was saying, no, I'm not going to buy those. I'm not going to buy those. And then when I saw them on Target, and I was like, oh, they're cheaper for us plus free shipping. Sure, why not?
I was the same way. I know what I'm getting with Fire. I've always liked the looks of Topps Fire. But that price point
go
ahead. At $80, man. I was just like, I got to buy a couple,
Yeah, a couple. I think it's not one of those things. It's not like a Bowman Mega Box where, although this is $45 and it comes with the 10 Mojo cards, and yes, these are highly sought after in the hobby. Topps Fire as a box with 2 autos in it, guaranteed, and a pretty strong checklist is only $35 more, I think, right? If I'm doing my math right. And it's probably going to be available for several days. So I could see people, if they really, really want to stash a lot away, going and buying 3 every single day until they run out. And I think many people said they thought were around 50,000 boxes, which is nowhere near what they printed of this. I calculated it for Bowman Megas. They're still available, but there were about 500,000 boxes of those. So big difference.
They went on stock. Sorry.
I was going to say, Joel had a comment. This was one of the topics I actually wanted to touch on. PSA came out with an update to their grading tonight or earlier today. $22 a card. What do you think of that? $22 a card, 25 card minimum, still the 200 max value, but looks like about a 3 to 4 month turnaround time.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I love when they bring back the bulk prices, and take advantage of it, guys. If you get a chance, don't just send in junk, but get some cards in when you can. And I think the best thing to do is try to get a schedule going of get cards in this month. Maybe if you're open up a lot of stuff or you're buying a lot, get in a month or two, get in another 25 cards and keep that flow going. That can really get the cash flow going to either invest, sell, and buy more. It's a good stepping stone to be able to buy into more product, grading good cards.
Yeah, over the weekend, as I was taking breaks between putting in that second floor in my guest bedroom downstairs, I actually had all the grading sites up, including a new one, and I was looking at them and just kind of surveying, like, what's the lay of the land. Tag grading. How much do you know about tag grading? I saw a few people talking about that. I tell you what, if they came out a year and a half ago, before HGA, given the fact that they're very kind of technical as far as their grading goes, seems like they're using a lot of AI. I don't know a whole lot about them, but I feel like the timing of them coming out is really bad, and this can only fail. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know if there's any room for any more grading companies. Yeah. I think a few of these grading companies are already. I think HGA is in jeopardy within the next year of.
Oh, for sure. They're
closing their doors.
I don't know that any. I mean, I know GemRate tracks how many cards get graded per month for some of the big players, but HGA at this point has to be just such a minor blip on the radar. They probably grade less than, I don't know, 2,000 cards a month, if that.
I think that's what I saw too on one of the checklists. It was 1 month, it was a couple thousand cards.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like we're way behind on chat. So how many of these comments are so Will Pujols hit 700? Where's he at? I
think he's at 795 the last I looked. And he didn't hit one a day. Or 695, sorry.
And we've got about 3 weeks left in the season. That is a great question.
It's going to be close. It's going to be
very
close.
tight. I would put Judge hitting 60 home runs as a higher probability than Pujols hitting 700 in his career, but that's probably not going out on a limb. That's probably a safe bet, honestly.
Dude, Judge is on a tear. My God.
Yeah, guys, every day. See, how come he wasn't in the home run challenge card this year? The checklist for all the. I mean, I've been redeeming those things like crazy. I think I've put in like 25 of them in the last week. Aaron Judge wasn't in the list. Dang it, right?
No,
would have been nice.
I don't know how you miss a guy like that. Makes no sense to me.
I know, right? The Giancarlo Stanton was in there. Thanks, Chris. Thanks. Really appreciate the comment there. Open a candy box. Open a candy box? Yeah. Wacky Package Wednesdays. I told my wife about this. That apparently is a Tops.com thing. Every Wednesday, like the second Wednesday of the month. So she's got the 14th marked on her calendar. I don't know if that qualifies as candy, but she's going to try and snag a Wacky Wednesday drop at the next Tops drop. I think they're $60 or something like that. Pretty cheap.
And I'm keeping candy out of my house, man. I'm trying to drop some pounds.
You're trying to drop some pounds. I got contests coming up.
You can have some of mine.
Yeah, I know this is your channel, but I'll give a shameless plug for my channel. So ERB Sports is my channel. I have 2 contests coming up within the next month and a half. I have a brat eating contest in Cincinnati, Ohio. So if any of you are from Cincinnati or the Dayton area, actually both of these contests are in the Ohio area. I live in Indiana, near Indianapolis, but I have a brat eating contest downtown by Great American Ballpark on the 18th of September. I think it's at like 5 in the afternoon. And then I've got a pumpkin pie eating contest on October 9th over in Jeffersonville, Ohio, which is between Dayton and Columbus. So anybody who's a Card Collector 2 fan or something like that in your channel who's near Columbus might make that trek. I think it's maybe like an hour away, if that. And come watch us eat some pumpkin pie in a parking lot, it's the weirdest contest. I will say I did this contest last year and I got COVID right after it. So I think I probably got it from the contest. But when I went to the contest, it's in the parking lot of an outlet mall, like one of the like destination outlets or like the Hangar outlet mall. It's in the parking lot. It was so weird. And I thought, of all places to have a contest, we're in a mall parking lot. Like we didn't even set up by the stores. We were like in the parking lot. It was so weird. But I thought they might have had it as like a street festival. But looking forward to that. Those are 2 contests I did last year. So I've been training. I've been practicing capacity. Got to practice with some real food. Probably going to do something over the weekend. And then pumpkin pie, I usually try to do a dry run at least twice on that because you really got to know how to eat that. There's not much technique to it, but you just got to know what that feeling is like to try and maximize capacity because that's just 8 minutes as much as you can eat. And you will fill up. So
more power to you. That's crazy. Have you thought about getting your own sports card, signing them and handing them out at eating competitions?
That would be fun if I actually had like cards or something that I like autoed and it was a picture of me or something. I don't know. It'd be I need to get a lot better. I can't, the 39th ranked eater in the world cannot usually hand those out. If I was in the top 10 or something, sure. But my ranking isn't quite high enough. So, but you mentioned baseball card market crash. Do you think card market has finally finished adjusting? That's a great question. I saw the sports card investor video about that earlier. There's the dead cat bounce saying, people say like, it kind of stabilizes off. Maybe it peaks back up, but then it kind of crashes back down. A lot of macroeconomic factors will play into that. I think if you look at kind of like some of the older stuff that was overhyped and kind of well established what the populations are, as more distractions occur and people kind of, segue into other things that they do now that we're like years and, past the, COVID phase. I know we're probably not supposed to say that, but I don't really care. So anyway, I feel like there could be more correction coming if the macroeconomic factors don't improve because of the distractions and the high prices and inflation. That's just my opinion. The other thing is some of these prices for like modern football, they were saying today, somebody was saying a Peyton Manning card sells for less than a Trevor Lawrence rookie. Now that makes no sense at all. What sense does that make? I know Peyton Manning was probably at the tail end of like the junk wax era, so maybe there's a high pop count there. But let's be honest, Peyton Manning, well-established, multiple MVP, 2-time Super Bowl winner. I mean, it's so much baked into the cake already. So such an interesting character. He's still relevant today. He's, he's on TV shows and, does Monday Night Football. Peyton Manning's just such a fun guy to watch because he's easy to watch. I don't know. I feel like a correction coming in some of these modern football players, much like you saw with Patrick Mahomes. That's a guy I have on my list of players. I think that, I don't know. I think he's got more room to correct. So really appreciate the comment.
Yeah, I think we definitely saw it correct, but I think what the card collector community has to understand is the summer is usually the dead zone. There's no football. There's the basketball just finished. Baseball's not really interesting because it's the middle of the season, really. But now you have a bunch of product coming out, select football, optic football, you got chrome baseball. And this time of year with football starting, the baseball playoffs starting, basketball will be kicking off before you know it. This type of year, this is when things start booming, and card shows notoriously have been hot in November, December. So I think you're going to see some card prices go up. I think people are getting smarter on what they're buying though. And I've noticed just by cruising eBay the last couple days that I've seen some stuff going up.
I've still been trying to win auctions on my standard player list that I go to. I have a very short player list, mostly basketball. I have been lucky on a couple where it doesn't seem like many people are interested, and then I get it at a good price. But just last night, like, it shocked me. Actually was expecting to get the card for a much cheaper value and actually didn't get it. So I was hoping to snag one for even cheaper than I did a couple weeks ago. So, but yeah, Dan had a comment here about what are our thoughts on Cal Raleigh. Gotta be honest, I need to do a little bit of research. I have some decent Cal Raleigh rookies in Series 1 that I think I have a gold and I think I have a rainbow foil. Let's see, what are his stats? Real quick.
I don't see those West Coast teams very often.
He's solid. He is really solid. He's
23 bombs.
23 bombs, 3.6 WAR. He's batting .210 though, but he's 25. But that's not bad. That's pretty solid.
I just haven't seen the West Coast teams very much. I think I've seen the Mariners play once this year.
Yeah.
And that night Julio hit a massive bomb. So I was like all pumped about that. Julio takes away from those. When you have one of those superstar rookies, you're kind of focused on those guys, and some of these other dudes get lost in the mix,
Yeah.
Judge, hands down.
Yeah, it should be Judge, but I saw people talking today that it'll probably be Ohtani just because of his versatility. But the Angels suck. What would they be without Ohtani? They have 60 wins right now. What would they be without Ohtani? Obviously less, but they're not even a good team. This is a bad team. You've got two of the best players on the game, and you still suck. I don't know. That
just shows you need pitching.
You got to give it to Judge. The Yankees are 5-1. They're the second best odds. They're 5.5-1 to win the whole championship. I wanted to go over a couple betting things. on this video tonight. I wrote a couple down. So Dodgers obviously the favorite, but then the Yankees I think are right behind them, or right behind, between the Astros and the Yankees. I think it goes Dodgers, Astros, Yankees, and I think one of those three teams will probably win it all. But yeah, when the Yankees are that good this year, I feel like you have to give it to Aaron Judge. So
I think it's a no-brainer with that.
Yeah, so let's have a little bit of fun before we segue to some card stuff. I wanted to go over a couple of, now that it's the NFL season's here, tonight is the NFL season kickoff. I want you to tell me higher or lower win totals. I wrote down 6 prop bets that you can make right now. You tell me higher or lower.
Hit that chat, guys.
The Bears. 6.
The Bears.
6
lower.
Win. Lower.
I'm going lower as a Bears fan.
Packers 11.
That's a tough one.
That is a tough one, right?
I'm just, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't want to bet that one. I'm going to take the over because the division's so bad.
That's how I feel. Bills 11.5.
Over, even though their division's nasty.
Their division's tough. That's a tough division. I could see them going 11-6 and still being a good team. The Chargers 10.
Over.
And the last one I wrote down was the Las Vegas Raiders 9.5.
Under. Yeah, I'm taking the under.
Okay. All right. I think I probably would have agreed on most of those. Lions. Somebody said the Lions. Yeah. I had the Super Bowl odds to win it all. The Bills are the favorite at 5.5 to 1, plus 550.
Wow.
But 3 teams that are around 20 to 1, 20 to 25 to 1. Tell me the team that has the best chance to win it all. The Bengals at 22 to 1, the Broncos at 18 to 1, or the Colts at 25 to 1.
Whew, that one's tough. That one's real tough, man. Say those 3 teams again. The Bengals.
The Bengals at 22 to 1, the Broncos at 18 to 1, and the Colts at 25 to 1.
Man, that's brutal. Man, I don't know who
Dan says Raiders. Dan says over on the Bills. Chargers over. Raiders over.
I kind of like people all of a sudden got down on Russell Wilson, but I just have this sneaky feeling he's going to come out and have a monster year with the Broncos. I don't know. I just have that gut feeling. He's really good.
I was trying to think about who could be the team this year because usually teams don't repeat. So I want to place a couple bets on my channel. I'm going to do a video about it, but I usually like to go for that value bet. That's not like the obvious, like pick the favorite every time, because usually it doesn't work out, right? There's not much value in it, even at like 7 to 1. So I think it's hard to pick the Niners at 16 to 1. I think it's really hard to pick the Cowboys because Mike McCarthy's their coach at 22 to 1. I want to pick the Colts because it's the city I live in, and they have Matt Ryan. I think the experience is going to pay off, and they have a really good defense and a really good running game. But I heard Darius Leonard is out for the year or on the physically unable to perform list. That makes me a little bit nervous about that. But I think the Broncos. Yeah, I think they're probably the best bet out of those mid-tier to have kind of leadership and good qualities. It'll all come down to health, but I think I have to go with the Broncos at 18 to 1 and see what happens.
Let it ride, baby.
Yeah. And I looked at more long shots, and trust me, I don't think you can bet on any of these teams, like the Vikings at 35 to 1 or the Cardinals at 40 to 1. I can't see the Cardinals winning the Super Bowl. I just can't. The Tennessee
No.
Titans, no way. Not with Ryan Tannehill. He sucks. Could the Rams repeat? Sure. They're 12-1. If Trey Lance were in for the Niners and they had a championship defense and got rid of Jimmy G off the field and Trey Lance was lighting the world on fire, sure. I could see that one working out. But I don't. It's very tough to call. I mean, the Bills haven't made a Super Bowl or ever won one. They're the favorites. I mean, that can't go well. So yeah,
that's why I love the NFL, because going into the season, there's a lot of teams that you don't know like which way they're going to go. Like, I mean, as much as I will badmouth my Bears or the Lions in the division, it wouldn't be surprise me if either one of those teams all of a sudden pops up and is 500 just out of a couple players here and there and a couple balls bouncing your way.
Right.
But that's why you get excited about the NFL. Whereas you go into a major league season anymore, and I could have told you to begin the year that the Reds and the Pirates and the Cubs were going to just totally suck all year, right?
Right. Yeah.
And they have. The one surprise that I've seen is with Baltimore. That's why, like the NFL, there's going to be bad teams and really good teams, but there's going to be some teams that were bad that turn their season around this year.
Definitely. Yeah, there's always those surprises where a team was really terrible last year, and this year they'll win 10 or 11 games.
Yep.
The schedule strength changes, the division they're playing changes, a lot of parity. And yeah. Oh, you said Matthew Stafford is done. Oh, arm is done. Yeah. Doesn't have the strongest arm. I know. It's kind of like Peyton Manning in the twilight of his career. You just rely on that championship defense to get you there and maybe play one or two good games.
Tom Brady's still making it happen.
Yeah, I just can't pick the Bucs this year.
I can't either.
I don't want to say he's done, but I don't feel like his heart is in it as much as it was in the past. So, all right. Well, let's move on. Well, one more NFL topic. We'll move on to a couple other fun topics. So, given the fact that we're into cards and it's kind of speculation, who's the biggest surprise that you can see from a card perspective for quarterback this year? Who's the guy that you think nobody was on this guy and all of a sudden he's going to have a great year and it's going to shoot his card values up?
Man, that's a tough one. Wasn't on the radar. I mean, because even Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he's been on the radar. His cards are still high. So you can't even – no, they were terrible last year. He was terrible. Same thing with Justin Fields. It's hard to I don't know the value of Russell Wilson cards last year. I'm not familiar with what his rookie card was, but that would be a guy that I could see, if he comes out, plays well, they start trending back upwards,
I had thought of that. Russell Wilson was one of the guys. The other guy's last name starts with an R as well.
Who am I missing here? Who do you got?
Matt Ryan.
Oh, Matt Ryan. Yeah. I mean, I knew it was – go ahead.
I don't know. They don't have the greatest receiving core, but they have such a good offensive line and a good running game. It's going to make Matt Ryan look good. So if Matt Ryan still has something left in the tank, it's going to show. And if he's got a brain upstairs in tough situations, he's a lot better than Carson Wentz. And so he's going to be closer to Phillip Rivers was for the Colts and maybe just a little bit better. So it'll be interesting. I think Matt Ryan could get a bounce because nobody's really talking about him.
That is true. And with the people watching, like even I as a baseball fan, it's got to be a quarterback. Sports cards are all about the quarterbacks, really. I mean, granted, there's a few running backs that can pop off, a wide receiver here and there, but it really is about the starting QBs. Which guy is it going to be? And a lot of these dudes' values are pretty high. One guy's values that always surprised me is Aaron Rodgers. I just feel like his cards should be worth so much more than they are.
Unfortunately, the way they value quarterbacks is not the same way they value baseball players. if it was all about WAR statistics in the regular season for the NFL, Aaron Rodgers would probably be the most valuable card around besides Tom Brady. But unfortunately, he has a losing record in the playoffs.
Yeah, you are right there.
So I wrote down one more name. I don't know that this is a surprise to anybody as far as going out on a limb and being a surprise, but Derek Carr, given the fact that he has Devontae Adams and Josh McDaniels as his coach, I think if the Raiders go over that 9.5 win total and end up making the playoffs this year like they did last year, they did lose in a tight game to the Bengals, but if they do, I think Derek Carr could have a very solid season because of the team has. But Derek Carr is disappointed before. I lived near Oakland when Derek Carr was a rookie for that team, and he was all the rage, and everybody's talking about him when he had Amari Cooper and he had a really good receiving core, and then he just kind of threw it all away every year. So we've been disappointed before when he's had solid stud receivers, so I wouldn't get my hopes up too much.
I wonder if Vegas Dave has sold all his Derek Carr cards yet, or if he still has those.
Yeah, right. So
he was loading them up.
The inverse of that, who is the biggest bust for the NFL as far as quarterbacks? Who's the guy that everybody's saying, this guy should be so good, but he's going to not be that good? Who's that guy?
Dude, Justin Fields. As a Bears fan,
I wrote him down. Yeah,
I have no faith in that guy. And hey, before you pick yours, I don't know why I didn't say this. Yep. I told my coworker today, I just have a feeling Mitch Trubisky is going to come out and have a big year.
You know, it's a good point. It's a very open competition in Pittsburgh. Kenny Pickett, Trubisky. I think, is Mason Rudolph still there, or are we thinking of somebody else?
I don't know who the other guy is. I just have a feeling that guy played under such a bad coach, and they didn't play to his strengths. There was a stat last year with Fields that they rolled him out a total of 16 times last year. 16 times they rolled him out of the pocket. They rolled the design rollout 16 times. That's embarrassing for a dude who can run, you know? Like, yeah, I could coach that. It's insane.
Yeah. So I'm going to surprise people here of the 13 people watching, or 14 people, depending. I'm going to say that Patrick Mahomes is going to disappoint, and we're going to see more card correction from Patrick Mahomes. Probably not a surprise, but I feel like that's coming because his expectations were so unbelievably high that it can only go down. I mean, if he won another Super Bowl, what is it going to shoot back up? I still think it's too high. So I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes, as a team, the Chiefs are going to disappoint.
Yeah, he's going to have to go out and play well and put up some huge stats and win a Super Bowl, you know, to keep it going.
Chris made a comment. I don't want to spoil it, but I had a trivia question about that. And Brett's going to get the answer right because if he can read the chat.
I just saw it.
In the last 4 weeks of the regular season last year, which 4 quarterbacks had the best passer rating?
Wow. Which 4 quarterbacks in the last 4 weeks last year?
Yeah. Who?
Herbert?
Nope.
No? Wow. I'm surprised about that. Joey Burrow?
Yep.
Is one of them. I don't know if Rodgers was very good down the stretch last year.
He was. Yep, he was.
He's one of them?
Yep.
Well, I don't want to take the one from the chat because that's cheating. Somebody
I know. We'll show it here. We'll show it here in a sec.
So who would be the third one? Well, it definitely wasn't Tom Brady because they weren't. I don't think he was doing that great.
It was the guy It was the guy I just mentioned. It was Mahomes.
Who's that? Mahomes.
Yeah, but I'm assuming Chris means Goff.
Yeah.
Jared Goff was in the top 4 for passer rating last year down the stretch. The Lions, I mean, maybe they were just dinking and dunking and padding his stats. Who knows? But I found that very interesting that Jared Goff was actually solid down the stretch last year. And he didn't have a lot of interceptions, but he's just not going to win you many games. So, but he won't lose you many games either. And we'll move on to a couple more topics before we rip a box. But real quick on the NFL, is Josh Allen an MVP this year? Yes or no?
Yeah, I'll take that. You think
at the end of the year we're talking Josh Allen is the most valuable player?
Yeah, especially as we sit here and he's 17 for 20 and 150 in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, you figure he's one of the front runners, so yeah, why not?
I don't think we're going out on a limb there if we say that he has the potential to be an MVP this year. I mean, yeah, he's thrown 2 interceptions tonight. One was not his fault, but yeah, I think he could be. Couple other topics. Queen Elizabeth died today.
Yeah, I saw that news. Sad news. 96.
I was in a meeting at work and I was talking and I looked down and it came on my phone at like 2:00. It was around 2:00. So 2 things about that. One, I heard somebody talking already about whether they're going to sell the Queen Elizabeth cards. I didn't know that Queen Elizabeth had cards, first of all. Does she have like on-card autos? You know, like you get a redemption for a Queen Elizabeth auto. I didn't know that was a thing. She must have been in like Allen and Ginter or something. Or
yeah, I'm sure she was in something like
something weird, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I wonder if there'll be a run on Queen Elizabeth cards.
Yeah, get on eBay right now. Take a look. Maybe you can get on the Beckett Marketplace.
Prince Charles or your King Charles cards before they really skyrocket. You know, get those now. It's going to be hot. So many may not know this, and many may not care. We're on your channel, but we'll share a few fun facts. When I was working for Rolls-Royce in 2011, I went to the royal wedding.
That's cool.
I was there that day. I wasn't awesome. In the church, but I was right outside of it. So I consider that going to the royal wedding.
That's cool.
So, but yeah. Let's see. A couple more topics I wanted to touch on. Select football, retail, was on the last Target drop. What are your thoughts? Which is a better product, Select or Optic?
I'm going to say Optic with the downtowns. And plus, they don't have the field levels in Select this year. Is that correct? From what I've heard. I don't know if that's confirmed true.
Not in Select retail, correct.
Yeah, so that kind of takes away from it. I haven't had a chance to see any openings of retail, but just having the chance to pull some downtowns and those fire emojis. Yeah, I like Optic a little better just off the bat.
From what I've seen in Select retail so far, numbered cards are easier to hit. So you're getting numbered parallels or numbered die cuts. You're better chances of getting an auto. I saw Run Good Life had a blaster he opened. It had 2 autos in it. Back-to-back
Holy
cards.
crap.
It must have been a mistake. They weren't great. It was like Henry Ellard and some other guy you'd never heard of. I remember Henry Ellard as a kid, so for the Rams. But I think Select, they all have their different niche, right? So I've got a Prism here. Prism had no numbered cards, only silver prisms and like the orange discos or orange lasers, depending on which version you got. They had some Fanatics exclusive, had their own color, but no numbered cards and no autos and nothing really. And then you had Optic that has the case hit, the downtown, the chase. You can get an auto, I think, in the mega box, not in the blaster. You get the mem card, which is it's okay. But Select is going to be easier to pull numbered cards, parallel die cuts, and probably autos. So they all had something different.
The one thing that Select has going for it is you do have a better chance of pulling some good rookies. Right. Because of the checklist and getting some of those rookies. So
Yep.
I probably shouldn't judge until I open it myself, but last year's select was amazing when I opened it. So I
It
shouldn't.
was great for the first week until you realized every box was like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it was like, oh crap. It was like, so definitely. Do you have any topics? I got one more, and then we can let the audience vote on which box we
I
go.
guess the one thing I forgot about was I'm kind of excited about the Bears possibility potentially moving to Arlington, which is not far from my house. It's about 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
And I would be stoked. And I've told my friends if they move and I'm still around, I freaking would
Season
put my
ticket.
name. I would put my name on for season tickets for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be
No,
fun.
as much as you'd want them to stay downtown because it's like, well, it's downtown, it's in the city. That's just kind of history right along the lake. You look at like Lambeau Field, you look at Foxborough. These are destination stadiums that are nowhere near anything like popular. I've been to Foxborough before. It's way outside of Boston. It's 35 miles outside of Boston, but it's a whole community that's built around the stadium, and it's a great place to go and hang out. There was a game place there that we played games all night when I was on a work trip. There was a museum there. There was a card shop there. It was really nice. So I would say if the Bears wanted to create more of a destination 365-day reason to go to a Bears facility, by all means, move it out of downtown and put it somewhere else.
Man,
Not a bad idea.
This place could be special. It's like 320 acres. There's interstate there. They could build the infrastructure, and the Bears could really do some cool stuff. And not only for football, but Final Fours, concerts. I mean, hotels on the property, other venues on the property, housing for people. I mean, if you're from the area like me, like I've been to one Bears game, and it was an amazing experience, but I don't want to go back. I mean, for me, it's to get on the train, hour and a half on the train to go 40 miles. And then you get off the train, you got to get to the stadium, which is a pain in the butt. It's a small stadium. It's, I mean, I'm getting older, man. So sitting out in the snow doesn't sound fun to me. The new one would have a dome. And then the killer about it is with the current Soldier Field is it's the number of people you can fit in there. And then when you're leaving there, you got to walk a ways just to get to a cab to get back to the train station. It's a nightmare. Like me and my buddy went, and it was literally it was a night game, and I left on you got to go by the train schedule. So I was there early in the day. It was a whole day. Like, and then I had to catch the train to get home, and I almost missed that last train. So it was a pain. Pittsburgh is a great city to catch.
It is a great city. I drove through Pennsylvania recently to go to the National, and I probably should have stopped in Pittsburgh, at least on the way there, on the way back. I'll have to make a point to go back. I didn't realize how hilly that area, very pretty area around that western Pennsylvania area. I was really impressed with just the topography with all the rivers and stuff. So it's a really pretty drive. It made it less boring trying to go 10 hours from Indiana to Atlantic City. We can talk about that. It's actually one of the topics was card shows coming up. So they released the next 3 years of the National. It's back in your home state, Illinois, for 2 out of the next 3 years. And then in between, it's in Cleveland. So cities that start with C now are hosting the National. So I guess that bodes well for Chattanooga, Cincinnati. No, I'm just kidding. Charlotte, right? Anything with a C, right? That's got to be a requirement now. But I'm interested to see what happens after the next 3 years to see if they mix in some other cities. I heard my city, Indianapolis, is in the running. I heard Nashville. Those are both great choices. We have a great downtown. Nashville has a great downtown. The convention space and hotel space is fine for the National, probably better than Atlantic City. I would like to see that, but I'm very excited about next year's National. We already got it booked. We're not going to go the whole time. We're going to go 1 We're gonna go 2 days, at least 2 days. We might add a third, but we'll see. And I'm sure you're gonna go all days, and that'll be a really fun experience. I remember Chicago watching that on TV, on YouTube with a lot of people in 2021. Yeah, 2021.
Yeah,
it was
that
great.
was fun.
I felt like I missed out, and really excited to put that one on the calendar early. And I will definitely be going to all 3 of the next 3 nationals, barring any unforeseen circumstances. All of them are within a 3-hour, 4-hour drive of me, so I'm going to go to all of them. But any local shows or other regional shows you got coming up?
The Chicago Sports Spectacular, I think, is every November at Rosemont, and that's usually a big show. I'll go to that show. I'll probably go live for an hour and then go walk around that. That's always a really big show.
Okay.
How about you? Any indie shows coming up?
The Midwest Monster, the second version of the Midwest Monster, is coming up October 7th and 8th. So it's a little over a month away. It's right around a month from today. It's a Friday, Saturday again. I think it's going to be a great time. Very curious to see if it has as many attendees as it did during the summertime. I think that was just the perfect time to have it. Was June before the National, kind of building hype. Many people, it's the first iteration, so you had a lot of YouTubers there. But yeah, great idea for them to have a second event in October timeframe when the weather's still nice in Indiana. I hope they don't dilute that event too much and end up with like an event every 3 months. Although Dallas does that and it works, but I'm not really sure that our market would, with a lot of local shows already taking place, whether that would too much dilute the market if we just kind of tried to step over each other and compete too much. So
yeah, that Dallas Fort Worth area
twice a year. I think that would be about the right amount of time. Dallas
is so huge of an area. Plus Texas, you got Houston not far away, and Austin and San Antonio, which isn't, those aren't terrible drives. Plus you have people flying in from all over for that show. So yeah, you want to keep them special. That's for sure.
Definitely.
I like this question by Mark.
Yeah. What is your favorite product of the year?
Well, Bowman 2022, guys. I'm going to keep preaching this, man. Bowman this might be your last chance of getting more of these on Target for $45. I was looking on eBay today. They sold out for a little bit on Target. They got them back up, but they're $60. They're selling for $60 in another year. It's a loaded product. But if I could, I would get more Finest Flashbacks. It is an awesome product. Now, disclaimer, the Julio Rodriguez Superfractor was pulled on Cheap Fun Breaks. And then earlier today in the Montgomery Club, some guy opened his box and pulled the Bobby Witt Super. Oh. So 2 of the big supers are gone. Don't get me wrong, there's still some amazing cards, but Finest Flashbacks is awesome, and the checklist is fantastic. Autos seem to be coming out about 1 in 3, 1 in 4 boxes, it seems like. So,
okay.
What about you in terms of baseball?
So I ordered a box of Finest Flashbacks. I didn't get it yet. Hopefully they don't cancel it. It still says processing. I only ordered 1. I think they had a snafu with the amount of boxes they had versus the number of orders they took in. So they started having to drop out orders because they only printed so many boxes. But what is my favorite product of the year so far? That's a tough one because does it have to be a 2022 product?
I mean, 2021 football or whatever, something that's come out this year, I think.
As far as baseball goes, I enjoyed the Archives snapshot boxes last year.
Yeah, those are good.
I thought those were a lot of fun. They were cheap. They were $20 to $25 a box. I would buy those again if they were available. This redemption right here, which I've already redeemed, I got the card in hand, was the Ronald Acuna that I got out of one of the boxes. Probably one of the better cards you could get out of the checklist. Some people got Todd Hundley over and over again. But but yeah, I got a Ronald Acuna, so I like that product. But other than that, I would say I am looking forward to, I wrote this down, I'm looking forward to Finest. and I am looking forward to Chrome. If Chrome was a reasonable price, $30 a box, and let's say 50 for a mega, and that checklist was loaded, I would say that is the number one product of the year. Hands down. Without being watered down, right? So you have to have the same probability of pulling autos and pulling parallels, because the cards are going to look cool this year. And with just a very loaded checklist that could be happening, we'll find out tomorrow. But that would be my favorite product if the price was right.
Yeah.
So besides Bowman, of course, Bowman. I didn't want to mention Bowman because it's too obvious.
Yeah. Bowman's a killer, man. Here's Bob. Is Target limiting the quantity online? Yes, 3 per order. But
are we talking for Fire or for Bowman?
For Fire and Bowman. Lots of the time it's 3. But if you order 3 tonight,
I wish they would up the Bowman allotment by now. There's no reason that product has been up for months. There's no reason they should still have it at 3 per order. They should let you start ordering 10. You're going to spend the money, so
I hear you.
Why not save on shipping for them?
Saves on the shipping, because I ordered 3 yesterday morning, and then today when they went back on, I ordered 3 more, and then if they're on there tomorrow, I think I'm going to order another 3. So it can't be within the same 24 hours, but I don't know if you can get 2 orders in now. You might be able to get 2, but I don't want to really risk my main account. I have a couple Target accounts, but this Target one, like, I've used forever, and I've made a phone call to Target, and they've immediately, yes, sir, we're bumping you to the front of the line because of how I've had it for a long time, man. And
did you get in both Fanatics drops?
Yes, I got in the Fanatics drops yesterday and today. We'll see. That's one thing too. If you're watching, Fanatics has a drop today for megas of optic
mega boxes, exclusive Fanatics, and then they had select blasters. I don't know if those were exclusive or not, but
I think those are regular.
Yesterday.
So right now, live.
I have never won a Fanatics drop. I'm not counting on it. I've
gotten a couple of them.
I've never gotten any. I
keep getting in them. That's all you can do. Keep getting in them, man.
Right? They can't just keep saying, it's like the movie Shawshank. They can't keep saying no forever, right?
Yeah.
So Mark, you pulled a Keith Hernandez orange auto, numbered 9 out of 10. Now Keith Hernandez, I tell you what, the only thing I ever remember, and I remember him as a player. I'm old enough to remember him as a player. But the Seinfeld episodes with Keith Hernandez were classic. When the baseball references about going, I'm already rounding second base, headed for third, or whatever he said to Elaine, and then she realized he was a smoker, and then she's like, "Oh, you're a smoker? What?" And then Jerry was like, "I can't. I gotta wait 3 days to call him back. I don't want to sound too. I don't want to sound too eager. I don't want to be too pushy. That's not how a guy dating." It was like, Jerry, he's just a guy, right? Like, come on, dude. If he wants to be your friend, just call him, right? Just the way they played that out with the Keith Hernandez episodes, I thought were pretty hilarious. And then Kramer and hating Keith Hernandez because he thought he spit on him, and it turned out it was some other guy altogether. Now, obviously, all that was made up, but still, it was darn funny. I'm a huge Seinfeld fan.
Seinfeld, super popular, man.
I watched every Seinfeld episode when I was in high school, in college. I never missed a single one. They're still classic. So
I'm looking forward to Cobra Kai coming out tomorrow, new season, Netflix.
That's cool. I'm looking forward to another season of Yellowstone. I've got to wait for season 5 on that. And I think they're done with Ozark now. That was a fantastic series if you never watched that. But we're getting a little bit off topic. I think it's time. I think it is time, right? As the infinite investment game guy would say, it is time.
Hey, John, are you ready to go 0-3?
Yeah, I know, right? I tell you what. If I lose again, I'm just gonna think that all the good cards end up in your house, except for the parking lot. Anything they end up in your car too, and sometimes they can end up in my possession from a parking lot rip. So,
which one we ripping?
What should we rip? What's the audience think? If you want to comment, what should we rip? Prism for the first football game of the year, or should we rip Bowman, which probably has a better chance at a numbered card because they don't have any numbered cards in here. I don't like dead air when we it's like filling airtime with the radio. But
anybody, what Bowman or Prism football? What do we got here? What do we got? Anybody in the chat? Otherwise, we're just gonna fire away.
Mark had another good question before we fire away. Keep it Bowman. Yeah, okay. I like that idea. Oh, you want to get nuts? Yeah, George Costanza. Okay, so what was the best single card I purchased this year? That's a cool Giannis. I like that one. Mine was a Steph Curry. I don't want to like dunk on you, but mine was a Steph Curry auto. I bought that at Leighton Sports Cards down over spring break. So we'd been wanting a Curry auto, and we saw one there, and we thought, maybe.
Fire away.
So we figured, what the hell?
That's a good buy. I bought a couple Wander cards, couple purples. I picked up a graded PSA 10. It's a short print, but it was mislabeled, so I got that pretty cheap, and I'm gonna have it relabeled. So I know it's a 10. So I'm pretty pumped about that. A couple of Neil Cruz Golds, but nothing like you bought. All low end stuff, really.
Yeah, I purchased one Giannis rookie at the National. I purchased a PSA 10 hoops. I think we got it for like $250 or something like that. That seemed like a decent price. So I don't know. All right, so we got one comment for Bowman, one for Prism.
Maybe we'll just have to do both.
We'll see. Let's see what we can find. You want to do the Bowman?
Let's do the Bowman. Come on, baby. Here comes the Bowman.
We're
going Mojo packs only.
I am hoping I win. I'm sick of losing.
If
you pull a numbered card or something crazy again, I'd be like,
I'm not feeling good about a numbered after watching Underground Case Breaks. If he did 42 cases. What was that? 15 hits he had last night in 40 boxes, and the night before he had 27 or something like that.
I feel really thin.
Let's see here. Again, guys, don't buy these single packs. Ooh, I think I might have a hit in this one. I think. We'll see. Don't buy single. I am not 100%, but it feels thicker. Maybe it's. Here we go.
I don't have a hit in this pack. I got Jack Sawinski.
This one doesn't have a hit.
First. Felix Valeri. That would be nice if that was a Jackson Churio.
Okay, this pack was kind of trash bags.
Heel, Rookie of the Year favorites. Ronnie Quintero, Cubs, and Polanco. Polanco's always in packs that have hits. So I don't know. Maybe maybe that's a good omen for the next pack. He's always right near the pack with the hits.
This was not a good pack.
Come on, Ronald Acuna. Give me some good luck here, man.
Is there a hit in this one? I thought it felt thick, but is the auto in the second spot?
Usually.
I think I have an auto.
Do you really?
I do.
You're lucky.
And guess who's on the back? Torkelson.
Oh, man.
Who's on the front? Is that Julio on the front? Oh, my God. This pack's loaded, dude. Julio's like a $10 card.
You are just – oh, man.
Go through your pack.
Hedbert Perez. I'm going to lose again.
It's not even Churio.
Davis. Pedro Pineda. Luke Waddell, and last but not least, Brady. This is like the same box I had last week. Oh my goodness.
Okay, I can't take the Julio off the top, but let's go from the back. I got the Torque on the back, which we got Cavadis coming out. This card's not that bad. O'Neal Cruz is usually like
you're gonna see
$3.
the back of the card, and you're gonna know if it's a good player.
Yeah, it's not really the best auto you could get, unfortunately. But it is an auto.
Who is it?
Campos. Roberto
Campos. Okay.
I mean, not the best auto, but hey, it's an auto. And, dude, he's got a nice signature.
I should just recycle all the Bowman hits that I've had and just show you them and see if, and say, "See, I pulled this."
Oh,
Gold,
dude.
what did I pull? A gold Everson Ortega. You know,
I
I'll
mean,
just
that's
recycle
why.
all the good cards.
I mean, granted, it's a $45 box. And if I sold these all raw right now, it would be tough to scrounge back your $45, you know?
Yeah.
The cruise might be 3 to 5. That Julio's probably got more value than the auto. I don't know what that auto sells for, to be quite honest with you, but I'll put it in a box. And
4
did
firsts
Tavares.
and 6 non-firsts. My box was trash bags.
Yeah, yours was sponsored by him. That's the hefty hit of the night for John, the box of the night. Yeah, I'm definitely not. Dane Quesadillas, I'm definitely not going to sell that. He said Campos is legit. What do you think, John? You want to do a football box just for the craps and giggles?
Is a halftime of the game? Third quarter. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll win. I don't know.
All right, we'll do this, and then let's wrap it up and get out so we can watch some football. Sound good?
Sounds good. I haven't opened any Prism this year other than the retail packs, the ones with the checkerboard.
Here it goes. I haven't opened any Prism for a while. I told myself I was not going to open any more Prism, but only for you, John.
I better pull something good. I better pull like a Trevor Lawrence orange out of here.
Trading Cards of Morris says the Campos is 20 to 25 bucks. You know, hold it, see what happens. So we're looking for a silver of one of the QBs.
Yep.
That's probably the best we can do. First pack coming out. Oh, these have the orange lasers too. That pack was trash bags. Orange laser. Nothing good. No rookies in that box.
Opening cards on camera, but off camera.
Yeah. Turks said Jackson Chorio is a hold. That's for sure, dude. He's crushing it. Dan Marino.
James Conner orange. Waddle
rookie. It's not terrible.
You're still going to win.
Amon Green. So Waddle's probably, I mean, not bad.
Jerry Jeudy, Nick Bosa, rookie Semi Fehoko.
Would have liked to get the Waddle and the orange laser, but here's a rookie. Dolphins, Holland. Those look really nice in the color match.
Yeah. You're probably still going to win.
I got 3 packs to go here. 2 rookies.
I mean, a Jalen Waddle would beat anything I pulled so far.
Oh, that's not good. You got the theory of Dunas.
I know, right?
Rookie from the Raiders, Morig, and there's a Juju Smith-Schuster orange.
Broncos, be a rookie.
Man, those orange lasers look nice.
Cortland Sutton, way off center silver.
Dude, Prism is a rough rip this year.
Crazy.
Montgomery. Here comes a silver.
Hope my phone doesn't run out of battery on the
silver
here.
Nothing good there. Robbie Anderson. Aaron Rodgers. Insert.
Sanders, Tannehill, Boogie Basham, cool, and Blake Jarwin. I got 2 packs to go. You got any packs to go?
I got 1 more pack, so you're going to need something to beat that Waddle. Unless I got something in the last pack. Mojo.
Mac Jones silver, right?
Yes, that would make your night.
Or Trevor Lawrence silver.
Oh, wrong tray. Wrong tray. Trey Sermon. And a Diami Brown orange laser rookie for the football team. So not much going in those.
Diami Brown.
Orange laser. Wow.
Disco.
Unreal.
You have the Walmart version or the Target version?
These must be. Oh, these are Walmart, aren't they? Yeah, these are Walmart, I believe. The lasers.
I have the Target version.
Pretty good looking cards.
Oh man, this is rough.
We should have.
I didn't pull anything. I mean,
We should have sold. See, guys, we do this for you. We should have sold these boxes. What's a blaster going for these days? 40, 50 bucks?
$40.
We should have sold the blasters, got our money back, and bought some chrome baseball.
Yeah, probably.
Waddle base, probably my best, and then a couple minor stuff. Let's see here.
And that was awful.
Let me take it. So Mr. Yu said he's been put that one on the screen there, John.
Which one?
Mr. Yu just commented about Chrome from BJ's.
Oh, really?
Yeah. $42. What do you think the price of Chrome is going to be on Target? I bought a bunch of Series 2 hangers from BJ's. It was legit. You could order in bulk. Well, John?
What? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I'm 3-0,
that was
man.
a bad box. That was a terrible
3-0, buddy. He's beat down.
You're 4-0 if you count that.
He's been who's the guy that says he's tenderizes people? Forgot the guy's name. He's got a fun YouTube channel. I really like him.
Is he like a card guy or?
He goes to a lot of card shows. He's got a YouTube channel. The great curator. Asian guy, super nice guy. I like that guy. He's like, I'm gonna tenderize you. I just tenderized you again tonight. I'm sorry, dude.
It's fine.
Don't take it personal. Don't leave the show.
It's fine.
Don't leave your show. Dude, that was fun.
It's one of those things. It's like flipping a coin. You won the first 3, right? So I could go on a run here if we keep doing this through Christmas, and all of a sudden I'm winning, right?
Theory of Dooness. Did you see Card Collector 2 at the National? Any of his coverage? He literally for a couple days straight just was buying cards. I think he flipped a coin like 8 or 9 times and he lost every time.
It happens.
Theory of Dooness. It turns around.
Yeah, trust me. I'm going to be betting on the last IndyCar race this weekend. I lost last race. I'm going to bet more this week. I'm going to win. My record is like 85% picking winners of IndyCar races. I picked 3 drivers. That's all I pick. Try to pick long shots, not super long shots, but use some intelligence in it. And I usually have a pretty good knack at it. So got final race of the season, really tight championship. That'll be my winning move. You don't want to double down, but hopefully I'll win my money back by winning at the IndyCar race this weekend. But yeah, don't spend any money you don't have that you can't lose or can't have fun with.
Yep.
So appreciate everybody watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed another segment of Batter Up. I am John. He is Brett. We are going to get out of here. Let you guys go for the evening. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back next Thursday. If anything comes in the way, we'll let you know. But look for another episode next Thursday. And until then, take care. And Brett, what's the final line?
Peace.
Take care, everybody.